Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about one of the hottest stocks this month, and that is Switchback Energy Acquisition, ticker symbol SBE. And if you didn't know, they're doing the merger with ChargePoint. ChargePoint are an electrical vehicle charging station, so they provide all the electrical vehicle charging points that you may be seeing around today. So yeah, if I didn't mention already, the ticker symbol is SBE. It's currently sitting at $34.08. It's up 30% today, which is ridiculous, and it's up over 80% on the weekly chart and up around 110% on the monthly chart. So yeah, it's crazy growth this month for SBE. And before I continue, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that noti bell for the latest buying opportunities. If you did watch our video yesterday about ciic and you took our advice, you did your research, and you bought in, you would have made a killing in the market today. And we've also had previous videos which we've recommended stocks that have done very well this past couple weeks. So yeah, before I continue, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't buy stock because I recommend it. Make sure you do your own due diligence before buying into the stock. I'm just here to recommend it and put you on the stock so you can research it further before buying into it. But yeah, let's get into the video. So if you didn't know already, the EV market is projected to be an 800 billion market by 2027. And if you haven't seen already, I'll show the chart beside me. The revenue of ChargePoint is directly proportional to the sales of electrical vehicles, and I feel like as EV vehicles continue to become mandatory, this can only increase. And as you can see, over the past year in Europe, we've seen an increase of around 70% plus in the registration of electrical vehicles compared to those of petrol and diesel. And with EVs becoming compulsory by the end of the decade in many first world countries, we can only see ChargePoint becoming prominent, especially in North America. I'm pretty sure they're trying to like extend the stations to Europe as well, probably China. All of these countries, I feel like, will have electrical vehicle charging stations, a lot of which will be ChargePoint very soon. And they're also working with Apple to be a part of the CarPlay program, which will show ChargePoint locations. So you just pop it into your map and Apple will tell you where the closest charging stations are, which will be very beneficial as well, especially with ChargePoint becoming so prominent in the future. And I feel like this is only scratching the surface of how big ChargePoint can become, showing their potential if they're gonna have CarPlay with Apple. And it's also key to remember that before Biden was elected, he said he was very heavy on electrical vehicle charging stations, and he plans to build 500,000 charging stations by the end of the decade. And I feel like this is just the minimum. I feel like we could see 800,000, we could see close to 1 million, depending on how the sales of EVs go. And as you can see right now, they're doing very well. And yeah, at this price right now, I feel like it's taking a bit of a run. It could take a bit more of a run. As you can see, if you haven't seen already, it's up 13% on the pre-market. And look, when I started this video, it was up 10% on the pre-market. So it's already up 4% more on the pre-market as we speak, or after hours, I must say. So yeah, there's a lot of hype around the stock, but we've also got to remember we need to be cautious with this as well. So my suggestion is just take profits along the way. Don't be too greedy, because we saw what happened with WORKHORSE, the HYLIION, the Lordstown motors. These stocks rallied up, they shot up, and they all came crashing back down. And me personally, you know, I was like, wow, like what's the worst that can happen? These stocks are going up every single day until they start to tank. They go lower and lower. And even Lordstown motors, like, I could not believe my eyes when they went from $29 all the way to $13. I was very shocked about that. So it has the potential to tank very quickly. So do take profits along the way, but otherwise I'll be holding the stock long term. I'm not going to sell all my shares. So I might just hold until the merger, and just before the merger I might just cut some of the profits and wait till after the merger to buy back in, because a lot of people are going to short the stock and are going to sell up to the merger hype. So yeah, that's just something to note. And I feel like if you guys want a video on how to like minimize your losses in the stock market, do you leave that below in the comment section, or I could make like a little clip for the Insta. So that is something I've been thinking about doing, minimizing your losses in the stock market with tips and tricks. So yeah, also I just want you guys to know, although they own 73% of the market for charging stations, it's important to mention that ChargePoint only own these for the L2 charging stations, which are slower than the dphc stations which Tesla use. When it comes to the dphc stations, Tesla have 10 times more of those stations compared to ChargePoint. So and there've also been reports of some of the charging stations being broken down. So yeah, I feel like ChargePoint in that aspect have to like improve the quality of those charging stations to keep up with the competition. However, speaking about that, because the EV space is going to be so huge in the future, and it's not only going to be Tesla or Nio dominated EV space, we're going to have other automakers, your normal automakers, BMW, VW, Mercedes. For them to keep in the game, they have to start producing more electrical vehicles, which I feel like they'll be doing. And just because they're not focused, just because their main focus isn't on electrical vehicles right now, it doesn't mean they're going to shift towards it in the future. I'm pretty sure they will, if they want to keep their businesses flying as well. And Audi as well, all these big companies will move to EV sooner or later. I'm pretty sure they already have started, even though they're still releasing diesel cars, petrol cars. They're going to start moving towards the EV when it starts to become compulsory to keep themselves up. So yeah, as I said, the EV space will be big. Will be big enough for many EV companies, and that will only cause ChargePoint to become bigger and bigger and bigger as the demand for EV charging stations increases. And also it's also best to remember that the merger is only for 10% ownership in ChargePoint. It's not 100%. That's also one thing to keep an eye out on as well. So it might not, the price action after the merger might not fly as people might expect. So it's also just good to just keep updated on that, do your research, make sure you keep up with the news, keep up with how ChargePoint is doing. But as I said, I do expect big things from ChargePoint in the future. So yeah, as I said, like the video, subscribe. If you have any questions below, plug it down in the comment section. We'll be happy to answer it. We've also got Insta down below. We'll be happy to answer all your queries. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.